When Hitler was asked if he thought Jews had to be wiped out, he responded, "No, then we would have to make them up." It's important to have a real enemy instead of just an idea of one. Hitler used several tactics to control over 20 million people. The use of hate was one of them, but hatred isn't a thing of the past, it is as common today. Have you ever wondered why hate seems to spread so quickly and seems to bring people together? This video shows why hate is a powerful tool used by malicious leaders for social control. You will also understand why the Americans were hostile to Indigenous Americans and black-skinned people. Eric Hofer's book, The True Believer, shows how great mass movements like religious wars and political revolutions use hate to bring people together and push them towards a shared goal. A mass movement is a group of people who share a common goal or belief and are willing to sacrifice their individuality to achieve it. Mass movements aren't necessarily good or bad. Examples are like feminism, civil rights movement, the Nazis, the American Revolution, the Russian Kremlin. All these are mass movements. I will show you 5 strong reasons why hate is a powerful tool for social control. Number 1, hate is a very powerful force. Of all the things that can be used to bring people together, the feeling of hatred is universal and is very easy to access. It traps the person, spins them around until they can't see straight, and makes them forget about their own well-being and future. It also frees them from jealousy and self-interest. The person loses his identity and becomes a trembling particle, yearning to join with others like himself to form a single, raging mass. People in a movement can be strongly connected by their shared hate, which is usually directed at a common enemy. This makes it easier for malicious leaders to get them to work together and keep them in line. When people hate each other deeply, their differences and personal interests don't matter as much. This makes it easier to lead and to control them. Reason number 2, the use of a devil. You don't have to believe in a good cause for a mass organization to start and grow, but you do need to believe in a devil. The more real and present the devil, the more powerful the movement will be. When someone asked Hitler if he thought Jewish people should be killed, he said no. Then we would have to make them up. It is important to have a real enemy instead of an idea of one. Again, the ideal devil is all-powerful and all-present, just like an ideal God. When Hitler was asked whether he was attributing too much importance to the Jews, he said, No. It is impossible to overstate how dangerous Jews are as enemies. Every issue and setback in the mass movement is a result of the devil, and every victory is a victory over his evil schemes. Also, it seems that the best devil is someone from another country. A domestic enemy must have immigrant blood in order to be a devil. Hitler found it simple to call the German Jews foreigners. Perhaps it is true that men who know how to start or keep a mass movement going are just as smart when it comes to choosing a good enemy as they know what theory and what program to follow. Reason number 3, hatred is universal. Hatred brings together the most different people. If you share hate with someone, even an enemy, it makes you feel like you are related to them, which weakens their resistance. Hitler used hatred towards Jews to weaken the will of Jew-hating Poland, Romania, Hungary, and ultimately France. He also used it to unite the German people. Hitler, who was the foremost expert on demons, told us that the genius of a leader is focusing all hatred on a single enemy. Leaders can stir up hate, but shared passions or beliefs are often what truly turn good intentions into violent actions. Reason number 4, the compound effect of self-hate. When we hate someone, it sometimes means that they remind us of a subconscious part of our lives that we hate. And people who hate themselves are always trying to get rid of that hate. People can get over their self-hatred by joining large groups. That sound inside of your head goes away when you have a lot of people around you all of the time. More so if everyone in the group supports its imperfections. When bad habits are praised, it is hard to come back to normal because there is no reason to. The close link between hate and a guilty conscience shows that hatred comes from a low opinion of oneself rather than a real problem. And weirdly, The only surefire method to infect us with intense hate for someone is to treat them gravely and justly. This is because it is easier to hate someone when they have a valid grievance against us than when we have a valid grievance against them. Making someone guilty and ashamed of themselves doesn't make them humble and submissive. Most of the time, it makes them cocky and recklessly aggressive. This comes from their unconscious defense mechanism, which is trying to silence that feeling of guilt. So one of the best ways to silence our guilty conscience is to tell ourselves and others that the people that we have sinned against are truly evil and deserve every punishment, even death. We can't feel sorry for people we've hurt or don't care about. We need to hate and hurt them, or else we'll suffer psychologically. Of course, suffer from that guilty self-conscious. These points show the possible reasons why Jews, blacks, and indigenous people in America and Canada were treated the way they were treated in the past. Reason number 5, hatred can give purpose, and it plays right into human nature. The hatred that is strong can give meaning and purpose to a life that is otherwise empty. People who feel like their lives don't have any point try to find new meaning by committing themselves to a holy cause or by holding onto a passionate grudge. A mass movement gives them a lot of chances to do both. When we give up our individuality in favor of a more or bigger collective group, we not only give up our ability to pursue our self-interests, but we are also free from the responsibility of our actions. So you never know how cruel and ruthless a man will become once he is freed from the fears, hesitations, and doubts and cloudy feelings of right and wrong that come from personal judgment. When we give up our individual freedom to be part of a mass group, we gain the freedom to hate, to bully, to lie, to torture, murder, and betray without having to feel bad about it. This is one of the things that makes mass movements appealing. There we find the right to dishonor. Most of these ideas are from Eric Hofer's book, The True Believer. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.